President Ilir Meta considers the discussions with Minister Bushati as constructive, having provided his signature for full authorisation to be given to the negotiating team for negotiations with Greece for the maritime agreement. The application process for the Albanian judge representative of the Strasbourg Court has seen its deadline for submission postponed by 26 days to ensure the highest quality candidates apply. In a collaborative effort between the Mayor of Tirana, the Greek ambassador and students, 150 olive trees and 65 decorative trees were planted at the artificial and Farka lakes today. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 20th of March 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The top story tonight, President Ilir Meta gave his first statement after granting full authorisation for the negotiations with Greece, considering the discussions with the Minister of Foreign Affairs as constructive. However, he underlined that he does not expect the negotiations to deliver a solid result. We have collaborated in a productive way and useful way that allows us to have a solid process from a constitutional and also a technical legal point of view. This should contribute to a more successful negotiation and the reaching of an agreement with Greece. I believe considerable work has been done, declared Ilir Meta. There was no change to the list of negotiators that had been presented by Minister Bushati, with the exception of Xenophon Chrysafi being added. Chrysafi was one of the negotiators for the maritime agreement with Italy. It was a very positive proposal and very welcomed on my part because he is a personality in the field of international law, but also with plenty of experience for such cases, added President Meta. Across the border, the Greek media has been writing that Meta's signature paves the way for reaching a bilateral agreement. However, Athens has not yet made any official comments regarding the president's decision. The media did refer to a meeting between the To Patami party leader, Stavros Theodorakis, and the head of the government, a Greek government, Alexis Tsipras. According to them, during the conversation, the Prime Minister expressed that he hopes the agreement with Albania will be ready to be presented to the Greek Parliament by the end of April. The Prime Minister's office has decided to postpone the deadline for submitting candidacies for members of the Strasbourg Court by 26 days. The Council of Europe has asked the Albanian government to submit a list of proposals containing the 3 most suitable candidates for the position of judge for Albania in the European Court of Human Rights. This will be the 4th list of proposals submitted, with the previous 3 having been rejected. Currently, Albania is technically represented by Ledi Biancu, although his mandate was officially terminated back in January 2017. For more than a year and a half, Albania has failed to fill the vacancy, with Strasbourg rejecting the names that have been submitted for expressions of interest. Reports published by the European Council have emphasised that the candidates themselves, as well as the procedures for selecting them, were not aligned with the standards required by the Assembly of the Council of Ministers in the European Union. So, who are the people proposed as candidates by the Albanian government to the Strasbourg Court? The first attempt saw the Albanian government recommend Sokol Berberi, who was a member of the Constitutional Court at that time, Ina Rama, a former chief prosecutor and currently a judge for the Special Appellate Panel, and Gent Ibrahimi, currently a member of the High Council of the Prosecutor's Office. Following the rejection of the candidate list by Strasbourg, the second set of referrals for Sokol Berberi remain as a candidate, with the new additions of Arela Anastasi and Alexander Muskai. Yet again, the Council of Europe disapproved of the candidates, referred and issued the rejection. The Albanian government would not give up on Judge Sokol Berberi, including him for the 3rd time in the candidate list, this time offering Suela Menari and Irakli Kotrolari. Following the 3rd rejection of the candidate list, the Council of Europe again reiterated the clearly defined candidate requirements, documentation and process of selection must be adhered to in order for the candidates to be approved. On February 16th, the Council of Ministers opened the application process once more, hoping that this 4th and final attempt will be successful. Today, it was emphasised that a decision has been made to postpone the application deadline to ensure all quality candidates have submitted their application appropriately. The Central Election Commission has proposed a complete rehaul of the local election process. The changes would mean that instead of voting on the individual candidate for mayor, voters would choose the political party they wish to be represented by, with the elected city council then choosing who would lead them by selecting the mayor. The plan has caused some strong reactions, with one political expert suggesting that it is so irrational that the proposal borders on absolute absurdity. Kume argues that this proposal puts the position of mayor under the authority and will of the city council, removing him from the responsibility to serve the citizens. Political behaviour and interests will prevail, said Veliaj Kume. The Central Election Commission argues that the purpose of this change is to eliminate the issues caused by the balance of power between the position of mayor and that of the city council. However, Kume retorts that this will only exacerbate the problem. The issues that are caused by the balance of power between the mayor and the city council must be solved by law, not through changes to the electoral code, said Veliaj Kume. As an expert in the law and also electoral processes, Kume says that parliamentary and local elections can never be equated with each other. Kume considers the CEC's proposal that local elections will see voters submitting their approval for a political party and not directly for the candidate of mayor to be a step in the wrong direction. He concluded that the argument that today the municipality is the only political body that allows the citizens to express their will directly through their vote. Students of the University of Medicine have informed the Parliamentary Media Committee of the issues they have faced in the development of the election process for the Student Council. Student bodies have been abolished from the competencies, said a student, Gentian Lita. Present at the hearing, the Dean of the University of Medicine, Arben Jata, guaranteed that the changes in the electoral regulations of the Student Council on March 16 guarantees a transparent process. These changes guarantee transparency, stated Arben Jata. The Media Commission members considered the Academic Senate's intervention in the regulation just a few days before the election as a violation of the law. The changes in regulations are unnecessary, retorted the Media Commission member and DP MP Luciano Bocci. Elections for the Student Council will be held tomorrow on the 21st of March, despite students holding their most recent protest just yesterday, claiming that there are candidates on the list who are not even affiliated with the University of Medicine. Silvana Loca managed to live, albeit only after dealing with one of life's greatest health challenges, breast cancer. The renowned psychologist gave hope to patients, declaring that they must continue to fight the disease with optimism. Meanwhile, she turned to the authorities to raise concern over the lack of communication between doctors and the lack of available medicine. Data shows that in Albania, 550 women per year are diagnosed with breast cancer, and the disease appears to have reached epidemic size. The oncology department sees its patients facing many problems, such as the lack of the very expensive medicine for chemotherapy. Health Minister Ogerta Manastirliu is committed to ensuring it is provided to patients within the first 6 months of this year. Herceptin will be provided within the first 6 months of 2018, declared Manastirliu. Even US Ambassador Donald Lu had an unpleasant experience within his own family relating to the disease. There are cases of breast cancer even in my family's history, explained Donald Lu. Chosen as the ambassador of peace to the cause of breast cancer, the famous soprano, Ermonela Yaho, delivered a message of support for an event by the Christian Women's Association of Albania. Just one more sleep until the municipality of Tirana is set to complete their project to green up Tirana. As the race to achieve the tree planting target of 100,000 comes to a close, today saw Mayor Veliaj continuing the planting action with the Greek ambassador Eleni Sorani. 150 olive trees, which were donated by Greece, were added today to both the Lake Park area and the Lake of Farka. Veliaj invited all other diplomatic representatives to join the initiative. They are among the first to join this initiative, and I believe that, in their example, other embassies will help us too. Thus, they will have the opportunity to say that when I was serving in Albania, I planted my trees and became part of the green revolution of Tirana, said Veliaj. Greece's ambassador to Tirana, Veliaj, praised the municipality of Tirana's initiative for greening up the city. "We are very happy to be part of the mayor's initiative and to see these areas become more and more adorned with nature. We are friends, we are neighbours, and we want to bring you something that's in our heart, the olive tree. It is a symbol of thousands of years and symbolises peace and prosperity," said Veliaj. The initiative of the municipality of Tirana was also joined by the youth of Student City, who planted 65 decorative trees with the aim of adding a little more charm to the gardens surrounding the dormitories. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.